Far fewer penalties. That was much better penalty-wise. Still not perfect, but about half of what we've been getting the last couple of weeks. Snaps were very good offensively. Cleaned those up. Still had the turnovers in the first half. 3 turnovers in the first half with the O. Cleaned it up in the second half. But 3 is too many for a football game, and that's something that's got to continue to be worked on. We're better on third down, and so a lot of positives offensively. Defensively, I thought we played very well, except for a few snaps. Let them behind us there on the long touchdown pass, but other than that, thought we played real well on defense. Rush defense continues to be very stingy and continue to take the ball away and keep points off the board, which is the bottom line defensively, is keeping points off the board. So, then special teams wise, I thought Mitch did a nice job punting the football. Great improvisation, I guess you'd say, on the left-footed kick when he was in trouble there due to the bad snap. Matt Gay's got to be amongst the nation's leaders in points scored for a kicker. He had 17 tonight and 13 last week, so he's doing a great job for us. Hit 2 from 50 plus. The first one I think was 56, right in there, and then 51 or something like that. The second one. So, welcome, Darren. So, anyways. A lot of progress, but like I said, we start Pac-12 play this week, and that's really our entire focus and our main focus going into the season is conference play, and so we get a chance to take a road trip to Arizona and see where we stack up.
Kyle, what do you think of your ability to run the ball going into conference play?
Could be better. I don't know what we ran for tonight, 100.5, but we could still do a better job running the ball. Although tonight was an improvement. Tyler threw for a bunch of yards, close to 350. Again, Darren was our leading receiver, went well over 100 yards again. So we're doing some good things, but in a perfect world, we'd be running the ball better, and I think we ran it better this week than last week for certain.
Are you still waiting for that third offensive star to come forward? You've got Carrington and Huntley.
Well, Ray Singleton's a very good player. Made a great catch in the end zone tonight. Had a couple other catches. I think the offensive line played better tonight. I think they're coming together more, as a unit. And so I'm not sure we need a third star. We just need to keep everyone getting better and progressing.
Kyle, from your estimation, why is the team starting out slow on offense?
Well, we scored 30 in the first half. So I'd like to score every drive, but they got scholarship players on San Jose, and they're coached well, and so they're there's something to do with that, and the opponents have something to do with that. But I don't think we started slow. We fizzled in the red zone again, but we drove the ball all the way down in the 7-foot field goal on that first drive. I thought we were moving it pretty good, and there were some lulls during the course of the game, which there always is going to be. A couple, there's a few lulls here and there, and it's kind of where it's at.
I know it was end of the game, but what did you think of Devontae Henry Cole running the football? I
love Devontae Henry Cole. I think he can add to what we're doing, but he's got to do his part and make sure he's assignment sound and has all his responsibilities down pat. And as soon as he gets that part of it done, then you'll see him play even more.
Kyle, for a young quarterback like Tyler, how crucial was it, or is it in your estimation, to have a guy like Darren to partner with?
It's huge, and it gives Tyler a target. And we have, like I said, we got a lot of good receivers, but he and Darren obviously have some chemistry right now, and he feels very confident throwing the ball. And Darren's got, as I said last couple of weeks, a huge catch radius. You put it within, a 12-foot circle, and he's going to come away with it. So it's very, very good for Tyler, and he's obviously made the most of it. Darren's got a bunch of catches, a bunch of yards.
Matt Gay's 56-yarder was the second longest field goal in Utah history.
What's the longest?
Marv Bateman, 59.
59 yards.
Back at 71.
All right.
But what kind of range has he got? Can he kick farther than that?
He has hit from 60 in practice. Tonight, a little bit cold. The ball flies differently. I thought that was right at the tip of his range tonight, and that was debatable whether we were going to kick that field goal. But I thought that he could just reach it. Turns out he had a couple feet to spare, I guess. But he can hit. When it's really hot and the ball's flying, he can hit from 60.
Kyle, how do you sort of draw the line between needing to run it better, or just being able to maybe better suited to take advantage of the what they had given you in the passing game?
I think a little of both. Again, it's depending on what kind of structure the defense is in is going to have a lot to do with how often you run it and how efficient you're going to be. But and Tyler Huntley, I thought tonight he contributed another chunk of yardage rushing the football, and I thought he did a better job avoiding hits. But it's give and take, and like I said, if the defense is loading up for the run, then you got to be able to throw it effectively. And if you can throw it effectively, that's going to loosen them up, and then you can run it more effectively. So they play off of each other.
Kyle, I think Huntley's stats tonight, passing yards-wise, is the most I've ever had in Pac-12 play from a quarterback. What's it like to have him, and do you finally feel like you've found that passing game that you've been wanting for so long?
Well, it's a work in progress still, but we certainly have made huge strides, in my opinion, over the last, since last season, last few seasons, last several seasons. And, our offense, there's still, Troy's got a lot more in the bag. It's just, the players digesting it and getting good at some things and adding slowly. And so, this you gotta be patient and understand this is the first year in the scheme, and the players are all new. It's new to them. We obviously had spring ball and fall camp, but my feeling is you're going to see continued improvement and continued production.
Can you kind of talk about what it means to have Tyler Huntley be the first quarterback since Brian Johnson in 2008 to throw for over 300 yards back-to-back?
Well, I didn't know that either, but that's very positive. And Tyler, other than the one throw that got away from him and was intercepted, had a very good night. And he's seeing the field well. Troy Taylor's an outstanding tutor of quarterbacks and teacher of quarterbacks, and he's dialed in. Tyler is to his progressions, and his footwork is outstanding. And so, credit to Troy for molding Tyler.
Defense, they went 1 for 13 on third down. Does that all begin with the run and the fact that you stuff the run?
It does, yeah. You stuff the run, and you're getting in third and long. And so that's the objective, is to get out of third downs. And you're going to get out a lot more third downs when they're third and long than when they're third and short. And if a team can't run the football on you effectively, then you're going to face a lot more third and longs than you otherwise would.
Kyle, when you look, you see, you guys put up 54 points. Do you feel like a lot of that, or a big chunk of that, was the way you guys were able to sort of tilt the field in the first half? I mean, with the turnovers and the field position with Booby.
Yeah, absolutely. The punt return game, too, that's something I didn't mention. Booby did a nice job. He was close to 100 yards, I would imagine, tonight, returning the football. And so, yeah, that special teams is a huge factor in tilting the field, flipping the field, and gaining field position. And we definitely did that tonight with our punt return game.
Kyle, I assumed you watched Arizona and UTEP. Can you tell us what you thought?
I watched some of it, and we'll watch, obviously, over and over and over starting tomorrow. But the Dawkins kid looked very effective running the football. He's a very good athlete, and seems to be the catalyst, I guess. And defensively, they look like they're running the football and play hard. And so just typical Arizona team.
Well, the Pac-12, I don't know how much you've watched it thus far, but are things kind of going according to script, or is it still too early?
Probably too early. I know that Pac-12 teams have dropped a few games that maybe you wouldn't have think they would have lost, but all that's, now that non-conference is over with, that really doesn't matter. It's all about conference play going forward.
Aaron Carrington.
Aaron, can you talk about the development of Tyler Huntley?
He reminds me of a quarterback that I had in the past, a young version of him, and I think he's going to be, when it's all said and done, one of the greats.
Who do you compare him to?
Well, he's not up there yet, but almost. I mean, he's young, but he reminds me of Marcus a lot, just how he can run and throw off the run and throw off his back foot like 70 yards if he wants to, make people miss, and he's just a ball player.
Was there a point in time, Darren, that you remember you guys clicking, maybe in fall ball or the first game? Is there a time that you...
Me and Tyler? Ever since I came, I mean, he just likes to play. So, I mean, I told him I was gonna be a big part for him, and I mean, that's what I'm trying to do, just to be that let out, that older guy on the field for him. So I think our connection is getting better and better as we go on.
What do you think of the team heading into Pac-12 play? How do you think you're set up for this now?
I think it's great coming off of this and coming off our past 2 games. I think we're making the right strides going uphill because I mean we only uphill from here, and I feel like once we get to where we're going, we're gonna be a force to be reckoned with.
How different is it to look at the South, going into the South rather than the North? Is it similar? You have to take a similar approach?
I mean, every game is the same kind of to me. I love football, so any team that's out there, man, I'm gonna go my hardest and hope for a good outcome.
Darren, you guys had a lot less penalties this week, particularly in the receiving corps. Was there something that you worked on or did differently as a group to achieve that?
We knew that was one of the things holding our offense back, and we took a big focus on that in practice this week, just making sure that we're fundamentally sound and making the right blocks and not holding. So Coach Taylor and Coach Holliday put a big emphasis on that this week. So I think we accomplished it.
Darren, first time in your career you've eclipsed 3 100-yard games. Do you feel like you're playing some of the best ball of your career?
Yeah, I do. Most definitely.
What's different? Why is it so much better now?
Just the confidence that the coaches instill and put in me. And, I mean, when you have a coach like Coach Witt, Coach Taylor, and Coach Holliday, I mean, who wouldn't want to go out there and play their hardest?
That third touchdown you had, right before the play started, someone on your sideline yelled, "Oh, this is going to be a touchdown." You were one-on-one on that post. Does it feel like it's coming easy for you? And did you think that was going to be a touchdown before the play was even snapped?
I like to think that every play is going to be a touchdown, but in the red zone, I mean, they called it, so I had to come through for them.
Did you feel like defensively there was a lot of openings in the passing game, like they were trying to just take away the run, and you knew you guys were gonna have to throw it to sort of make some room tonight?
I think they were trying to stop the pass a little bit also, but they were definitely big in the run game. But there's definitely a lot of open space in there for us to find, and with this offense, all we need is a little space, and the score is gonna just go up.
How would you kind of assess the play of the offense through the 3 non-conference games?
I feel like that we came out a little slow in the first 2 games and even this game, but we're clicking now. We're putting things together and having a new OC and a new offense, new quarterback, new O-line. I mean, I feel like we're making all the right strides, just how young our group is being together. So I think a couple more, I think we're making good progress of becoming more of a team on offense and putting it all together.